What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we're going to be going over none other than a few deck profiles for all you guys to enjoy. Since it's Japanese Tuesday, we're going to talk about the Japanese meta and what's shaping up. So without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. So first off, let's take a look at it. Bunny has taken dominance, so Lopmon Terriermon fans rejoice. That deck is holding strong. It's pulled first. Insects following behind, then Blue-Green Imperial Digimon moved down to third. That's kind of crazy to see how quickly the Imperial Digimon fan base is getting trumped by the bunnies and the insects, which were basically the worst of the decks paired to Imperial Digimon. Imperial Digimon still had more tops. Now it's getting its butt kicked. And then you have Blue Armor Rush, which is sneaking up into fourth. Then you have Yellow Vaccine, SOC, Black Red Greymon, Sun and Moon, X Antibody, Digipolice, Beelzemon, Apocalypse, Blue Purple Guru, Gallant, Levy, Yellow Hybrid, and the whole shebang. If you want to take a look at better win increases, Bunnies had 6, Insectoids got 4, Imperial got 2, and Blue Armor Rush got 2. And then you can see here how many others got lifted. We got only 80 decks in total so far this week, between the first 2 weeks, which isn't terrible. It's definitely a good way of taking a good assessment of seeing where things are going to go, and it's kind of cool. I mean, this has high potential depending on what they decide to hit or do anything with the format. I don't think there's anything crazy right now. It seems like it became very healthy. I mean, we'll probably see some sort of hit the Terriermon if Terriermon keeps dominating, but that's just kind of what happens. Even the advanced deck with Beelzemon got hit. There was something outside of the deck, but at least it's something inside the deck that got hit. So yeah, so let's take a look at probably the first deck that I want to talk about, and that is Dexteruga. Dexteruga definitely got some decent support with the new Tamer, a new Doru line, the whole shebang. So let's just take a look deeper into this. So first off, the new Dorumon basically started main phase by placing one of the Tamer from your hand as this Digimon's bottom Digievolution card. This Digimon cannot leave the battle area other than by deletion until the end of opponent's turn. So no Chaos Degradation, nothing. So this thing basically stays besides normal deletion. So you can't just eat it off the board. Then you have Dorugamon. So collision. During this Digimon attacks, all your opponent's Digimon gain blocker, and your opponent blocks if possible. On play, when Digivolving by trashing one card in your hand, draw a card. Then if this Digimon has a Tamer with SOC in its Digievolution, one of your opponent's Digimon gains start of main phase. This Digimon attacks until the end of the turn. So notorious things that create very much hated dynamics is forcing your opponent's Digimon to attack on their next turn and making your opponent's block every single time really sucks. So kind of can clear boards in its own way. Then you have Doru Gray here with the same effect of the collusion. And then all turns when an attack target is switched, this Digimon with a Tamer card with SOC in its Digievolution may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Beast, Dragon, Undead, SOC in its traits from your hand without paying its cost. So this creates infinite possibilities of what you want to do with the top end. You could do Digipolice top end. You could do, at Son of Chaos top end with Luga's line, or you could just stick with the Dexteruga. So this is just possibilities here. Just that same evolution is really good. And then when this Digimon deletes another Digimon, you may play one card with X Antibody or SOC traits and a play cost 5 or less from your trash without paying its cost. Cycling pieces is really solid. And then you have Dorugamon itself. It has blocker, collusion, and when Digivolving, if this Digimon has a Tamer with Sons of Chaos in his traits in Digievolution, delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon or Tamers, and all turns when another Digimon is deleted, may unsuspend this Digimon. So kind of start seeing where the combo is and what power boost this deck got. And then Kosuke here has the Mind Link, X Antibody against Piercing and Blocker, which is solid enough. And then basically he spits himself out from Mind Linking. And then, this thing is a mem setter. So it's not terrible. I think this has a lot of potential, and I would love to see if this keeps adapting and topping as the set goes on. Then let's get into... this is going to be that. So we do have Sylphimon. Sylphimon definitely got a new wave of support, and the new interactions it's got is pretty solid, to be honest with you. With the new promo Ukkomon, definitely adds in on play. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 red or yellow card with 2 or more colors and 1 tamer with Yoli in its name among them to your hand. Return the rest of the bottom deck, and then its DNA Digivolve at the end of the turn. Then you have Yoli and Kari that basically says start a main phase. You may play 1 Ukkomon or Salamon from your hand without paying its cost. At the next time your opponent turns end, return those Digimon to hand. Most likely they're not going to stay in that position. They're going to Joggerus immediately after you play them for free. Your turn, when one of your Digimon Digivolves into a red or yellow Digimon. By suspending this tamer, gain 1 memory. If DNA Digivolving one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP for the turn. Yoli is pretty solid. No like gain a memory effect, but that's fine. Yoli Kari is just going to help the deck out. Then you have like these weird interactions that this set wanted to do was multicoloring dabbing. So it kind of Digivolves on purple and red for 1, or a Narumon for 0 cost. So start a main phase. If it is your turn, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a level 4 with Holy Beast for free in its traits for reduced cost 1. So kind of these Digimon from this set all kind of have this reduced evolution kind of thing going on, or you know, just gain a memory kind of situation. So just keep that in mind. That's what the rookies are trying to do. And then that combination that I mentioned last week, where images kind of just have that coincide feel, so you get the same view but different angles. So you have Ukkomon basically jamming on play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less, or when Digivolving. Then when attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. And then you do have Gatomon, same angle, different perspective. On play, when Digivolving and has barrier by trashing 1 card in your hand, return 1 level 6 or lower 2 colored Digimon with red or purple from your trash to your hand, and then all your opponent's security Digimon get minus 3000 DP. So combos really nicely. You can use Harpymon as, you know, an armor form. When this Digimon checks an opponent's security, if you have 3 or more security, gain 1 memory. If you have 2 or fewer security, recovery 1. And then you do have Sylphimon as the new partition. You need both pieces in there. If it's stripped away by even 1, you're not, and this thing dies, you're not spitting out anything. It's not do as much as possible. It's all or nothing. So when Digivolving, if DNA Digivolve, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7,000 DP until the end of turn. And when Digivolving, when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. Kills most 11Ks pretty easily. And then you have Valkyrymon Ace. On play, when Digivolving, all your opponent's Digimon gets minus 5,000 DP for the turn. All turns, when a card is removed from a security stack, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8,000 DP or less. If the effect didn't delete, this Digimon gains security attack 1 until the end of turn. So really solid pressure points. Valkyrymon is really solid. Kind of cool. Then we do have Balphamon. Balphamon was mentioned last week, and people were like asking what the list could look like. So what's interesting is probably the antithesis of throw Ukkomon in the deck and Ukkomon just fixes the problem. So majorly we have to take a look at is that we have an Ukkomon that basically says when you hatch something, you gain a memory. You have Louis here, that's basically the promo that says when something moves out of your security, I mean your breeding area, basically suspend the tamer, gain a memory. So one thing you want to take into account is the new Louis, that's a mem setter. If you're at 2 or fewer, set yourself to 3, and by deleting one of your Ukus, trash one of your Digimon in the breeding area. You may play 1 big Uku in your breeding area from your hand for a cost of 3. So it's not a bad thing with Louis' combination, because you want to have big Uku, because on deletion, return all your opponents, all tamers to their owner's hand. Then you may play 1 tamer card from your hand and 1 Ukkomon from your trash without paying its cost. So it basically cycles in the little Uka. And return by returning 1 Digi-Egg from your trash to the bottom of the Digi-Egg. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. Then you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon card from your hand to the breeding area without paying its cost. So it's not a bad trade-off. There's multiple ways of working about this. You know, this keeps the eggs cycling in for Uku to continue doing what it wants to, and especially because Balphamon's way of play is you destroy your eggs anyway. You scramble them to bits, and then boom, you get to, you know, use the Gizamons to combo out from there. They have like Akihiro just being what he wants to do. You know, when a card with Balphamon in its name would be played by deleting one of your Digimon with Gizamon in its name, reduce the play cost equal to the deleted Digimon. And then opponent's turn, draw a card, and then trash 1 card in your hand. Then by placing this tamer as a bottom Digi-Evolution card of one of your Digimon Balphamon in its name, delete one of your opponent's opponent's level 6 Digimon. So really solid. We have Belphemon Sleep and Rage doing its combo. And then the new Ukkomon's just helping you search pieces when one of your Digimon moves from breeding area to battle area. Reveal the top 3 cards. Add 1 Digimon or Tamer among them. Return the rest of the bottom deck. And you may hatch in your breeding area. Just speeding up your combo. Ukkomon's Ukkomon. Ukkomon's going to be around, and I think it's going to be super splashed in a lot of decks. Then we do have Shukkomon here. Shukkomon, really interesting, really solid list going into it. We have like Armadillo, basically doing the same thing as most of them on plays. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 yellow or add 1 black or yellow card with 2 or more colors and 1 Tamer card with Cody in its name among them to your hand. Return the rest of the bottom of the deck, and then end of turn DNA Digivolve. So Shukkomon here is basically partition, all or nothing here. When Digivolving, if this Digimon isn't affected by effects of your opponent's Digimon until the end of turn. Then, if you DNA, place one of your opponent's Digimon whose level is less than or equal to the number of cards in yours or your opponent's security stack at the bottom of your opponent's security stack. So nice removal, really solid counter. Then you have Vikemon Ace, which is kind of funny because this is the evolution purely if you didn't catch the alternate art of Imperiojimon. But this is the definition of its pure evolution. So that's why it's Zudomon and Shukkomon. So on play, when Digivolving, Digivolve 2 of your opponent's Digimon, then 1 of your opponent's Digimon, then all your opponent's Digimon with 1 or fewer Digievolution cannot suspend until the end of turn. When attacking, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 1 or fewer Digievolution cards. Vikemon Ace is just doing Vikemon Ace shenanigans. They are splashing in Valkyriemon Ace in their list. If you take a look real quick, you know, it's kind of a neat list. It has a lot of potential, and I think, you know, keeping an eye on what you want to do with it, might be able to see it play. But they also are playing Cody and TK, so we know that this is basically going to play your free Armadillo and Pata. And then when one of your opponent's Digimon digivolves into a black or yellow Digimon by suspending its Tamer, gain a memory. If you DNA, digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. So really solid. The list has a lot of potential, and I think this might be the definitive way you play, but we'll have to see if this continues. And then finally, we're going to talk about Sun and Moon, one of my favorite themes, and I can't wait to play it. But this one did well. It had a few tops, and it's not playing the infinite loop here. It's just playing the regular deck with the new techs of Agumon and Gaogamon. So on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Light Fang trait and 1 card with Night Claw in its traits, or 2 colors among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. So this basically gives you another ultimate way of searching, which is really useful. And then you have Gaogamon, that's when Digivolving, both players draw the top card of their deck. Then if your opponent has 8 or more cards in their hand, or if this Digimon has 3 or more Digievolutions, gain a memory. Really solid. I don't know about giving your opponent cards, sometimes it's the worst thing, but the free yamming is really solid because then you can swing in with no worries. You know, Apollo isn't going to die to random things, Diana's not going to die to random things. Then, you know, Agumon's, all your opponent's security Digimon get minus 3000 DP. Definitely helps for the OTK. Grace Nova's just the Jagras shenanigans with Sayo and Co. just presenting what they want to do. So I think this has a lot of potential, especially going into formats that we don't fully know what we're going to expect. I think this is pretty solid to see all these decks kind of just do what they want to do. And I'm kind of excited. Is there anything you guys are planning on building once we get to Bt-16? I know it's a while off, but hey, there's a lot of potential. I love the arts, I love the decks, and I'm excited, don't get me wrong. So, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video, taking a last look, 80 decks. You kind of just get a list here. So, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!